say that it feels right.
Okay, so I'm really close to 100 subs, so if you guys can do me a favor, just subscribe to the channel before watching the video, and that would help me a lot. Thank you for that, and yeah. Hey guys, welcome back for another Clash Royale video. So in today's video, we will be going over some top leader replays shared by Jazz. He's a returning guest in our channel, and this time he's using this PEKKA Bridge Spam Goblin Drill deck, and he reached top 50, which was 2 days ago, and he shared me some replays. And the replays I'd say are pretty good because you have Call the Legend, you have Paige, you have Pandora, and two other, not too sure who they are, but they are using Goblin Drill and they're doing quite good. So yeah, once again, this is the deck he's using. Obviously the deck link will be in the description for you to copy, and feel free to try it out. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the replays. So first game against Call the Legend. So in case you guys didn't know who Call the Legend is, he's basically one of the OG lava user, so he's pretty good with the deck. Okay, Jazz starts out with Royal Ghost at the back, and Carl just goes with Tombstone and Lavaloon. Then Jazz goes in with PEKKA on the left lane because he doesn't want the Skeletons to pull, but Carl plays a Dark Prince anyway. So yeah, let's see how Jazz deals with this. Call Megas to defend against PEKKA, which will DPS down eventually. Jazz uses that, but it won't get the PEKKA to the tower, but just one try. And Carl goes in with the prediction fireball to try to hit the bandit, but Jazz plays a, a good bandit and misses the fireball. And basically, Jazz wanted to kite the Mega Minion so that it doesn't assist the Lava Hound on a counter push. And Jazz just used a Magic Archer to clean up everything and just drills and goes to apply pressure. He drills at the back so that the opponent has the Dark Prince at the back and allowing the Ghost and the Magic Archer to get a lot of damage. And he Dark Prince here? No, he Bandits here, sorry. And then the Bandit actually dashes onto the tower, and that's basically tower down. And now both players are resetting. Carl goes in with the Lava Hound once again, and just goes in PEKKA at bridge. And then Magic Archer at bridge for some extra geometry damage. And yeah, let's see how he defends against this. Okay, E-Wiz for the minions. And then Carl just Balloon. I don't think that Balloon was a good play though, because yeah, I'm not too sure. And Jazz just applies pressure with Ghost and Bandit, and wow, Carl defends it with a Dark Prince and Tombstone. Okay, the Balloon actually was a good play. It took down tower, so yeah, my bad for that. I'm not top 50, so and yeah, Carl just starts another Lava Hound push at the back again. Now Jazz just goes in with another drill, looking for some damage, and fireballs onto the minions and Tombstone. And the goblins just takes down the tower like nothing. And yeah, E-Wiz to buy some time. Fireballs onto the Magic Archer and E-Wiz, but yeah, it's really close at the end, but not quite as close. So yeah. I mean, even if Jazz would lost his tower, I think he would have still 3-crown Carl, because Carl doesn't have that much ground in it as opposed to Jazz. So yeah, that was the first replay. And second replay against this Hawk EQ Psycho deck, which is very popular as well. Okay, against this guy, I think it's a guy, Paige. I think Jazz knows him, that's why he's showing the angry emote. Okay, the opponent cycles a Night Spirit, and then Jazz responds with a Royal Ghost, and the opponent cycling again with a Lock. And Jazz just goes in with a Goblin Drill, because I think he knows what the opponent's deck is, that's why he's going in this aggressively. And the opponent has to spend quite a lot to deal with the Goblin Drill as well as the Ghost. Magic Archer for some extra damage. Okay, so in this video you'll be seeing Jess do a lot of that, probably. So Bandit to activate King, and he does. P.E.K.K.A for the Hawk. Now the opponent just Skeletons for the Bandit for the positive elixir trade, and the opponent just tries to defend with a Firecracker, as well as an Aspirate to pull the Royal Ghost and the P.E.K.K.A. Log and Skeleton to pull. Okay, just misses the zap. See how he deals with this. Okay, he's just gonna let the Firecracker splash onto the tower to preserve some elixir. And now he's just going in with a Goblin Drill. The opponent defends with a Tesla and an Ice Spirit. It's not quite getting the job done, but yeah, you know, without the right counters to the Goblin Drill, you're pretty much doomed. So Jess just cycles a Bandit at the back, looking for some chances, and the opponent goes in with EQ and Log for the Magic Archer. EQ plus Log actually kills the Magic Archer, so don't forget that. Royal goes at the back, just to cycle and see what the opponent does. Meanwhile, the Firecracker is going to get a shot onto the tower, but that's okay. And then Jess just goes in with a Goblin Drill and a Fireball, trying to hit the Knight, and zaps onto the Skeleton as well as the Tesla. Okay, he's gonna get some damage, but not quite as much. And here the opponent just Knight and Firecracker to defend, and Jess has to deal with this push. So it's quite a big push from the opponent. Okay, the Horror gets a shot. Meanwhile, Jess is on the counter push, so let's see how Jess deals with this. Oh, the Royal Ghost! The Royal Ghost actually went. What do you call it? It just disappeared from the side of Tesla, and Tesla just went down. And yeah, the opponent has to spend a Knight for the Royal Ghost, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, an unfortunate ending for the opponent here, but yeah, what can you do? It's Goblin Drill, yeah. Goblin Drill OP. Okay, I'll save the Pandora replay for the last one, so I'll just go to the Goblin Drill users. Jose, which is one of the Goblin Drill, which was one of the players that used Goblin Drill. Okay, so he's using this popular version of the Goblin Drill, which is a quicker cycle version of Goblin Drill decks. So Jose just goes in with Valkyrie at the back. By the way, Jazz is on the top of the screen, and he cycles a Bandit. And he's just gonna go with P.E.K.K.A. I think he knows once again what Jose is using, so that's why he's going in so aggressively with the P.E.K.K.A. And here Ewiz just for the Goblins. Unfortunately, the Ewiz actually got a few steps onto the tower instead of the Ewiz, and the opponent just Tesla to defend, and Jess just goes in with a Drill. Unfortunately though, the opponent has Bomber and Skeleton to prevent all kinds of damage, but okay, Jess still was able to get some damage because the opponent wasn't going in with Skeleton and stuff. And now the opponent is going in with Valkyrie at on the left lane and Drill at the right lane. But Jazz has it all covered down with Ghost and Magic Archer. The opponent logs Fire Spirit for the Bandit, but I think that's enough though. He still has to go in with a Valkyrie. Yep, to prevent more damage from the Ghost. Meanwhile, Jazz zapped the Valkyrie. He thought maybe he had Skeletons or something, but yeah, it didn't work out for him, and he has to defend against this Valkyrie and Skeletons. And the opponent goes in with a Goblin Drill, which was very good, considering Jazz doesn't have the best counter in his hand right now. And he is forced to use Magic Archer, and that would do a lot of damage onto the tower. And now the opponent has a pretty significant lead over Jazz. Tesla for the Magic Archer, and just Fire Spirits as well as Log for the Goblins. The Goblins still got a shot somehow. Okay, both players are resetting. Jazz is up a bit of elixir, but the opponent goes in with an aggressive Goblin Drill, which there was a P.E.K.K.A and a Royal Ghost waiting for it, and Bandit for the Bomber, obviously. Then Skeletons on for the Bandit, Tesla. Okay, once again the ghost. The ghost was juking the Teslas like all day, every day, and yep. Goblin drills by both sides, and Jazz is dealing it with an E-Wiz, and meanwhile the opponent deals with it with skeletons and log. Okay, at this point I think the opponent's thinks maybe he won, but the Royal Ghost actually caught the Goblin drill, which I think was a prediction by Jazz. Great prediction by Jazz, and now the opponent just needs to cycle 2 fireballs, but the opponent has to defend this monster counter push with a P.E.K.K.A and Royal Ghost. And a drill. Fireball for the bomber. Actually hits the bomber, and the log misses the Goblin drill. Oh my god. And well, she was faster with it. 57 HP on the opponent's tower, and Magic Archer for the win, man. I think if the opponent was I think the opponent should have fired on the tower instead of going prediction scatter. The opponent knew Jazz was going with the Magic Archer, but he didn't quite get it done. So yeah, pretty unfortunate game for the opponent Jose, but our Jazz won, yay! And then on to the next Goblin Drill user, which is W.A. Kane, or Kane. Okay, Kane is using another version of the Goblin Drill cycle deck. Scratch and split. Jazz is on the top of the screen again. Okay, the opponent here plays a Royal Ghost, which is not something you see every day in a Goblin Drill cycle deck. Pack up the tank for the Royal Ghost, and then just Goblin Drills for offense. Then Fire Spirit and goes for Jazz Goblin Drill. Okay, so the opponent has a counter push. Jazz has to respond to it. He responds with a Magic Archer. Yeah, it's enough. And now the opponent is up a bit of Elixir 2 to be exact. The opponent cycles a log. And then cycles Skeleton. Cycles a Valkyrie to prepare to defend. Potentially go on counter push with the Valkyrie. Fireball onto the E-Wiz. Okay, Jazz just goes in with P.E.K.K.A at the back. And the opponent is going to set up a Tesla, heading to defend. So it's actually quite annoying for Jazz to go in with Goblin Drill because the opponent has Royal Ghost, right? Jazz has decided to go in anyway, and Magic Archer is going to kill the Tesla. Meanwhile, the Ghost is still at the back of the tower, and Jazz just zaps, I believe. Yes. And ooh, unfortunately, the P.E.K.K.A actually turned back to the Valkyrie. Man, she was so close to the tower. I don't know why she didn't went for the tower, but instead, yep. So Jazz just disbands the Goblin Drill with Royal Ghost, and then defending Kane's Royal Ghost with a P.E.K.K.A. And goes in with a Goblin Drill on counter push once again. Yeah, the Royal Ghost and Valkyrie combinations is actually very annoying for the opponent to deal with. Okay, so now the opponent is going in with a Drill, as well as a remaining Ghost and a Valkyrie. Okay, the Valkyrie I think is going to get a lot of damage. Okay, Jazz protected it with a Magic Archer, and the opponent is suddenly up a lot of Elixir. Okay, the opponent goes in with a Goblin Drill again, which the P.E.K.K.A caught it, and now the P.E.K.K.A is going for the Royal Ghost. So Goblin Drills at the top right corner, but the opponent has so much counter to it. It makes Jazz. Ooh, the opponent actually misses the fireball, and Magic Archer actually survived and got a lot of damage onto the troops, and Jazz decides to protect it. It goes for everything. Actually killed the magic archer, which was unfortunate for Jazz. But Jazz just goes in with a drill. He knows that the opponent doesn't have the counters in hand anymore, and the opponent is forced to go in with a Tesla and a lock. No, okay, he's not. Okay, the fireball actually finishes off the Tesla, and the opponent goes in with counter push one again. Okay, the opponent fireballs the Royal Ghost. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the E-Wiz, and yeah, both sides are playing really exciting matches. Okay, Royal Ghost actually caught the Goblin Drill once again. E-Wiz for the Valkyrie. Ooh. Luckily, just zapped there, or else I think the Goblins would take down the tower, or at least brought it to very close to spell range. And then Ghost once again caught the Goblin Drill and fireballs onto the Ghost, and Jess was slightly faster. He was faster, like a split second, a millisecond if you will, and took down the tower. And what a nice game by both of them. So yeah, on to the last game, which is against Pandora. In case you guys didn't know, Pandora is a top 8 finalist of CRL. It's a really strong player from Japan, and he's a pro obviously. And yeah, let's see how Jess defeats Pandora. Pandora is using this giant graveyard deck with which was created by Jorge Luis. I'm not sure who is the original player, but I saw Jorge Luis playing it, so yeah. And Pandora just cycles a giant at the back, and Jess just goes in with a Goblin Drill to start off the game. Forces out the Dark Prince from Pandora, then Dark Prince is gonna devour the Dark Prince as well as the Giant. Okay, Witch at the bridge. There was this feisty play. Magic Archer to look for some geometry, so actually finishes off some skeleton. So yeah, the opponent fireball the Magic Archer, and the Witch is going to finish off the P.E.K.K.A. Okay, the opponent still has to deal with the bandit though. Yeah, the opponent arrows. Jess just cycles a ghost at the back and drills once again, holding his zap, preparing for Skami or some sort. But the opponent just ignores the Royal Ghost, and the Royal Ghost actually got a lot of damage. Now on the counter push, there's a Dark Prince, but it's gonna be stopped by P.E.K.K.A. and E-Wiz. E-Wiz is gonna stun the Infernal Dragon. Okay, the opponent has Witch for the P.E.K.K.A. See what Jazz will do. Okay, Jazz decides to zap, but the opponent has Skami for it, so yeah. Royal goes for the Skami and Drill again for the counter push, maybe? Yep. Ooh, the Giant actually get pulled. So Drill is like minor, but this time it doesn't just pull normal troops. Even the tower targeting troops are gonna get pulled because it's a building. And once again, Magic Archer to look for some geometry. And here the opponent graveyards, which I'm not too sure, but Jazz will try to defend at his best, with his best. So luckily the EU is actually targeting the Infernal Dragon, and the P.E.K.K.A. actually survived. So yeah, which was unfortunate for Pandora. And Zap for the Skami as well as the Witch. But the opponent somehow stopping the push, but Magic Archer comes in to look for some chip damage, and the opponent's power is 999 right now. So Jazz basically has a 2000 damage lead over Pandora. Giant to pull the bandit, and then P.E.K.K.A. for the Giant. Jazz goes in with a Golden Drill once again. Try to finish off the tower. Pandora just Skami. And Magic Archer basically sealed the deal with... yeah, Magic Archer's thing, geometry, yeah. So those were some very good replays by Jess, I think. Especially the 2 Goblin Drill Cycle deck that he shared, which I think was pretty close, and it came down to the very last second, and yeah, against Pandora as well. And Pandora, I don't know, I can't stress enough that he's a strong player and just defeated him. So yeah, once again I want to thank Jess for coming onto the channel, sharing this replays. And yeah, don't forget to follow him on the social medias. I will be including those informations in the description below. His Twitter, his Twitch, as well as his Instagram. So yeah, don't forget to check that out. Yeah, once again, this is the PEKKA deck, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.